All right, here we go. Another match. My voice is a little bit hoarse right now, even worse from this morning. A little bit sick, but I'll try my best. But Neutralizerr versus FeegLood. GM Jeffrey Zong. And should be a good match. I think Neutralizerr's a little bit not underappreciated, but underranked. When he played Plotkin, what was that, last week, I believe? I missed the match. Like, you won 8-2. I don't know if Plotkin was stoned or something, but it was quite the upset anyways. But we'll see where this match goes. Yeah, Neutralizerr. I think he typically plays a Fianchetto as black, anyways. But we'll see. We'll see where this match goes, anyways. It should be pretty good. All right, 95. Yeah, so not too much action so far, but 95, I think it's trying to bait black into taking. White recaptures, moves a pawn up, and then puts a little pressure on f6. So black wisely just decides not to take it. Moves the rook over, just in case white does take it. Open up the b file potentially, but... And, yeah, bishop f3. So bishop f3. Attacking d5, but I think also defending g4. If black were to play knight at g4 to attack h2 potentially. But yeah, white opting just to sack there on f7, open that up, and just a cascade of attacks so far. Now, of course, the immediate threat. I see is knight at f7 for white. But then you got this stack here with the bishop and the queen, so I'm wondering if even h5 getting in, because the light squares are weak for black right now. Bishop obviously just covering the dark squares, but these four light squares are particularly weak. So we'll see how black defends this. Okay, rook f8. No, again, yeah, knight f7. Kind of predicted that to happen. Rook e8. Yeah. Yeah, rook e8. Black has to take. Pretty strong attack so far for white. Black's holding on, but for how long? Yeah, there's just C file open up here for white. And of course this knight is still here. So bit of a slower move, maybe pawn d5. Pawn d5, start working on f6. Sorry, e6, f7. Okay. Something similar to what I thought, you know, taking the bishop first with the knight, and then still going on on G8 here. So yeah, I don't like. I think White wants to keep that pawn there anchored on D5 in order to keep attacking the light squares and provide a like an anchor piece, let's say. So maybe rook takes the knight eventually, but again, right now this is threatening pawn F7 and Black deciding to take. Yeah, this is, I think, White slowly creeping in right now. I think it's just a matter of time before. There's that rook coming in now. I think it's only a matter of time till White cracks Black at this point. Yeah, so Black holding on for the time being. White being pretty tricky with these knight movements here. Yeah, like knight E7 or E8 rather, now D7. So, I mean, Black's got a massive pocket right now, but I mean, not much doing with any of this. I wonder if Black can just... Can Black just ignore this right now and just concede? No. I'm looking at White taking the bishop, but I think the better play is White taking this rook here. Yeah, Black is defending very nicely here. But again, we're getting down to a time scramble. Promotes the pawn. I mean, this is pretty not resourceful, but well, I guess it is resourceful. I mean, you're trading a pawn for a rook. You know, obviously promoted queens there are not a queen. And right now, there we go. That's a little bit of a counterattack now on F6. Sorry, F3. Still, Black, yeah, Black still has to defend H6 now. Kind of leaves H4 hanging, unfortunately, but... And I think this... Yeah, F7 preventing knight F7. Black is just holding on. I wonder how much longer this is going to go on for. This is pretty good. Yeah, knight d6 defending f7, queen f6. Yeah, I mean, obviously this f7 being a big point of contention. Jeez, that's this been going on for 10 minutes. White finally making some inroads here. Yeah, Black's no longer able to defend this, I don't think. There it is. Well, uh, well played by white. I mean, black held on for quite some time. Just completely relentless assault the entire game, and then also going for a fianchetto as white as well. So I wonder if Neutralizerr is going to continue playing the fianchetto throughout this series, or if he decides to play something different. Yeah, this G pawn marching in is pretty annoying. Not quite sure why white hasn't actually castled yet. But 9 moves in, 3 seconds off the clock. So I mean, yeah, you can play. You play that increment fast enough, you can definitely gain some time here. But black having a big think. I mean, I think the obvious, yeah, bishop take. Yeah, this is pretty annoying now. I think white just needs to take. Yeah, white needs to take. I was going to say defend with G2, pawn at G2, but white going for an attack on G6. Much nicer move there. Obviously, if black takes, you're opening up a pocket there for pawn F7, picking up a knight, and then putting black in a bit of a cramp there too. So F6. Yeah, I think that's like the best move out of a poor situation. I thought that Neutralizerr had a pawn in hand, but he doesn't. He's got a bishop, which is... I wonder if maybe bishop there would have been the better play initially, but still, yeah, knight b5. I think the idea is just trying to get a pawn right now. So even if black takes, G2's still open. Yeah, so bishop a5. Nice move by black. White's got to waste a blocker now, I would imagine. On c3, you're also defending. I mean, you're forcing white to play a blocker on. Yeah, I would have thought c3 there, but c3 blocks white's queen there from attacking on c7. But not g2. H1 coming in, I think. Rook H1. I think black has to do something here kind of concrete, let's say, in order to get an effective attack. Now picking up that knight. Yeah, what's the threat here with the knight? Knight c4 perhaps? We'll see how. Yeah, takes. I think black. Sorry, I think white has to play. If black takes, white just plays pawn f7, I would imagine. Yeah, this can get very nasty here for black. Yeah, and really nice move picking up those pieces. I mean, black is still okay for the time being here, but you know, depending on where this goes. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no real concrete attack right now. I think a slower move. Yeah, get that pawn out of there. I mean, knight g5 is covered. e5 also covered. Yeah, knight h4 not really doing too much. I mean, knight g2. Black just sidesteps. Oh no, f3, okay. Huh. At e4, interesting. I mean, white really needs a bishop right now. Pawn g6, bishop h5. Where's he going with this? I looked at that earlier, knight h6. Black takes. Oh, there it is. I think black's trying to play. Excuse me. I think white's trying to play. I was going to say rook g7 or rook g8, but yeah, excuse me. Neutralizerr taking one. Real back and forth game so far. Yeah, really back and forth game. Pretty solid play from both players, but Neutralizerr with that little cheeky bishop placement there won him. All right. Haven't really been paying attention too much here. Yeah, so black playing another fianchetto, but white playing h4. Yeah, this is leaving that pawn hanging was a bit annoying there, but h7. Yeah, unfortunately, White's queen is just trapped there. So nice little move, knight g4. I mean, it looked like that pawn was hanging, but knight or bishop g4 rather. Nice move. I think the only thing that really White can play is h7, king sidesteps, yeah, and then queen h6. But I'm wondering if Black plays bishop g7, is White just going to continue marching this pawn down here? C bishop to e6. Yeah, I don't quite understand that. Maybe have a quick look with the old stockfish after that, but I don't quite understand that move. But yeah, Black's a little bit of a pickle right now. Now, if Black takes, White recaptures. You're kind of leaving the G file open. You know, Black could play knight g2, then maybe pick up this bishop here, although it's not really doing too much. And again, like I said, I mean, you're also, I mean, you could knock the king and knock the king into check. Knight f5, yeah, just attacking the queen. I think that's it for safe squares right now. I mean, it'd be really inefficient. Yeah, I was gonna say takes the queen, trades the rook for the queen there. You're giving up quite a lot of material though. Because if Black retreats there, g5 is played. Yeah, this looks kind of nasty right now for Black. G7, yeah. Ooh, knight g5. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Knight g5. I mean, you're threatening mate with these three pawns there. Black doesn't have anywhere to run. So does Black play? Yeah, I was gonna say pawn h7, rook h8 accomplishes the same thing. White takes. Yeah, that knight's not doing anything for attacking right now. So little exchange of pieces. But this setup here with this bishop and the knight, you know, all these squares are being covered right now. So I mean, other than Black getting in, so I mean, White might. F3, eh? F3, I think, yeah, knight G2 coming in. Yeah, nice counterattack from black. I think white still doesn't really have, excuse me, excuse me. White still doesn't really have a counterattack right now. I mean, black is slowly running out of material right here. That's the only thing. Yeah, so e4, trying to get that rook off of that square there, so to bring the knight down on f4. I feel like these are not good. I feel like those are not good moves, but I mean, in the time scramble, what can you do, right? White still got, I mean, 10 seconds. Had 15 seconds there, but Neutralizer's got to come up with something a bit concrete right now. If white, yeah, that's a bit of a blunder there, I think, from black. Yeah, I was gonna say queen just takes the knight. Black's still, I mean, black's still trying right now. I mean, look at look at this huge pocket for white. Yeah, black times out. Yeah, I feel like the trades are a little bit inefficient there for black. So we'll have a quick look in the analysis. Quite long games so far. I mean, we're half past already, and I mean, only 2 games have been played. So, flip that around. Yeah, white was just crushing towards the end. I mean, fairly even up to a move. Yeah, that rook g6 there. Rook g6. All right. Already off to a very interesting position. Does that? The G pawn just taking a walk right now. Yeah, the G pawn taking a walk. All right. Tricky position for white to try and crack in here. This is. I don't even know where you go with this, to be honest. Like, this is just. You got this nasty little pin going on here. I mean, it seems like e5, f6, d6 are your ways in, but just how? I mean, you got these 2 bishops here backing each other up on this diagonal, so that's nice and safe. Yeah, I feel like they're h5. Yeah, I mean h5 is just a filler move there. I feel like h5. Yeah, h5 is just a filler move. That's not really. I mean, even for black, yeah, rook g5. Neither of them wants to really break ground right now. I mean, there's going to have to be an inefficient trade, let's say. You know, a sacrifice for a pawn in order to get anywhere. Yeah, so what white goes first. Now, white goes first. I mean, black can pick up the bishop. If black recaptures, you're gonna get bishop taking d6. Black recaptures, and then pawn e5 is coming in anyways. So we'll see what's played, and I mean, even just looking at this rook right now here too. Yeah, even just looking at this rook, I wonder if Neutralizerr kind of saw this. You're kind of opening up a little pin going on here too, so lots of options. All right, yeah, black just decides just to sacrifice the queen there, but you're also opening up f2. And obviously with this knight here, rook coming down. Yeah. At g6. G2 coming in. G2 coming in. White's got to move the rook, obviously. And then knight g3. Bishop e6. Yeah, I guess just defending f7. Still feel like there, excuse me, there's a little bit of merit here with bishop h4 and pawn f4 or e5. Yeah, Jeff just kind of taking out all these, wanting to get these pawns out of here. Good move. Good move, yeah. Hard to defend now. You play something on e2. White plays something on e2 like bishop or pawn. What is this? Bishop f5. What is that? Huh. Oh. Nope, still don't see it. Knight coming in, yeah. Queen, or just takes. I don't see any mate just yet. think he's got to go. Yeah, there's nothing forced quite yet. I mean, this is still an issue right here. That's still an issue for white. Unfortunately, white's run out of pieces right now. So, I mean, I think you either got to capture with the rook or capture with the other rook there and get yourself another diagonal. But yeah, g6 defending, and then also you got 3 pieces here attacking d3. So I think white needs to just sidestep that. Nope. Takes. Yeah, okay. Takes. Gets out of harm's way. Black needs a knight for this. Oh, good move. Is there mate here, though? I don't... Oh, yeah, that's mate there. Well played. All right, yeah, quite a long series so far. I mean, each game taking 10 minutes or so. These games are definitely getting into some long moves and pretty similar opening to what was that, 2 games ago, I think. So we'll see. E4. Yeah, so E4. Black wants white to take that so you can move the pawn up, knock this knight around a little bit. Yeah. Funny enough, like white actually deciding to go for it. And then... Oh, that's what he's looking for. Pawn h3. Okay. So I thought black taking that was a little bit inefficient, but then now you're just kind of trading. Yeah, white playing f4, just defending h3. So good move there. I'm looking pawn, just pawn f3 maybe. Yeah, pawn f3. I mean, white can just take e4. Interesting that white actually decided to take that pawn instead of giving up the knight, or sorry, the bishop. So yeah, interesting setup right now. I mean, black having three knights, white with the other 3 bishops now. I don't see anything too easy. Yeah, knight at e6. I was just looking at knight e6. Start the chain reaction here. No. I think that was a little bit not premature, but knight d2 was a possibility there as well. I mean, it's still a possibility right now. Yeah, playing pawn e3 blocking off the knight. So I mean, yeah, bishop d2 is definitely still an option. Sorry, knight d2. Black plays it. Yeah, this could get a little bit sharp because depending on excuse me, depending on how white plays this, you're taking this bishop out and allowing something on g4 to be placed, and then you got to move the rook out of the way, leaving h4 exposed. Yeah, Crazy 8 saying black down a pawn doesn't matter. Safer setup. Yeah, black is super safe right now. Has twice the amount of time. Alright, what's this? Pawn h7. Pawn h7, yeah, if black takes... if black takes, then that was... knight g5, takes, opening up the file. Alright. So, another thing I just realized too is like this pawn's just hanging right now. So this pawn's hanging. I mean, hell, black can still, like, I don't see the immediate threat right now with. Yeah, sharp. Unfortunately, his bishop is just doing work right now for white. Still, there's a multitude of attacks that can come from this. Yeah, what a great move that was. Bishop take f2. Yeah, that's an outstanding move. If white takes with the queen, then you got knight on h3. Wow, what a move. That was nice. Yeah, very nice move there. This is not the right game. There it is. Yeah, what a great move that was. Bishop take f2. Great move. Bishop take f2. Yeah, that was great. GSVC. All right. So it looks like this opening was a little bit similar to where we were 2 games ago. I feel like maybe, yeah, this bishop was still on f8. So Jeffrey taking his g-pawn for a walk again. Yeah. So, yeah, that g-pawn going for a walk there, man, that is seriously annoying. This is quite a unique opening from black. Yeah, I like that move there. Knight g3, you're kind of forcing black to do something about this knight right now. If that wasn't there, black just sacks on f2, white recaptures, and then yeah, then this pawn's hanging. So Neutralizerr defending really well. Yeah, bishop take. Yeah, that pawn was just hanging there. Yeah, so where are we going to go now? Oh, black opting to get some queens out. Can white take? Excuse me. Yeah, white doesn't have a blocker right now. Knight d4, that was kind of interesting. I would have thought that white just could have taken f5, then knight g7. So we'll see how Jeffrey plays this, though. Excuse me. I mean, maybe the idea is to start getting in on the light squares here, but I mean, this bishop is hanging right now. I think maybe, yeah, knight d4. I mean, maybe white was trying to get black to take that and to allow to allow this diagonal open up here. But black retreats. Yeah. Bishop b5. Yeah, finally get the bishop out, forcing black to play. I feel like c4. Threatening a take on f7 might be the play here. Although, I mean, it's just as easily defended with another pawn at d5, and you're kind of building this pawn chain here for white, or for black rather. Sharp game so far. A lot of like kind of back and forth cat and mouse, let's say. Man, that's an aggressive move there. I think he's trying to pick up the pawn h6. But then you're kind of leaving. Yeah, I think that backfired a little bit for white. I mean, yeah, he just decides to sack the queen for that. Still, white's got 3 knights. This diagonal, or this piece, is still hanging here. Yeah, pawn f3. I kind of thought that earlier about getting some moves in on the light squares. Black opting to swap or exchange a whole bunch of. I think white can also still castle here. Bishop h3. I think white really wants to get a castle in and play bishop h3 just preemptively. But pawn g2 maybe. I think White's idea. I mean, I can expect a castle any second here. Yeah, get these rooks linked up, open up the D file, and then maybe even get a sack on. Sacrifice the bishop here on h6, open up f7. I mean, this bishop is still covering the diagonals, though, so g5. I wonder if g5 might be a play as well. Lots. Yeah, f5. Okay, sure. Yeah, f5. I think the idea... take, retake with the knight, and then... Yeah, trying to force something on... Ooh. Oh, no. Well, that was a little bit of a blunder there for White. I wonder... Yeah, that's a cheeky little move there from Black. Yeah, cheeky little move there. So we got a couple wins as Black in a row. So 3-3 all tied up. A really good series here so far. Black actually opting to not do a Fianchetto right now. Well, kind of odd. Not odd, but, you know... 97. Yeah, and again, both players is being very, very passive right now. Neither of them really wants to get first blood. I think historically in these past few series, Neutralizerr has been the one to actually get the first crack. I'm suspecting g6, knight g6 maybe, and then don't know which pawn. Oh no, just playing f6. f6, White takes the bishop. Mentioned bishop c5 coming in. No, just replaces it. Interesting that White just didn't play b8, rook b8. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Rook b8. Oh, I guess you're picking up the pawns with that. Yeah, pretty slow game so far. Neither of them really wants to. You know, make any decisive moves so far. As someone said earlier, you know, White seems to be playing quite a lot of chess. You know, chess type moves instead of Crazyhouse. Yeah, b7. A little bit of an oversight, it seems like. White's got all the bishops. Yeah, tricky spot for black, I think. I mean, you got a million bishops on the light squares, though. Hard to say. Hmm. Yeah, that's annoying. This pawn's also hanging. Excuse me. Yeah, white definitely playing some chess. I mean, one of these pieces is going to have to be missed. Yeah. So, cheeky little move there. And I mean, you got black's queen over here on c6. That's not really doing too much of anything. And all of a sudden, black's got no pieces on the board right now. So I wonder, does white play knight e7, attacking the queen, defending f5, and then you're also, white's got two knights in the pocket. You can also get an attack on g6. No, just has to play knight f4. Huh. Knight f4, knight f4. Yeah, I don't know about the purpose of knight f4. That one's beyond me. Yeah, black just kind of, it looks like he's just trying to play a defensive e7. Yeah, what was the threat there, though? White plays h6, black takes. Oh yeah, white plays another pawn on Interesting. Yeah, I wonder what the eval would be here for this position. Black's only got 11 seconds left, white 30 seconds. Yeah, I kind of talked about earlier about getting in on the light squares. Now, that's what it is. Didn't see it earlier, but knight f4 is defending g2 and e2. And I guess also attacking e6 and g6. But is there anything right here for, is that just not checkmate right there? Is that not just checkmate? No, I guess not. I feel like white blundered a little bit. It felt like there should have been a checkmate there, but I guess not. Now white resigns. Let's have a quick look at that. I felt like there should have been a checkmate there. mute that for a second. No, there wasn't. Interesting. Yeah, I felt like there might have been a you know, one of those stockfish, you know, made in '73 type things there, but white, I guess white had nothing. But all right. Yeah, as Crazy 8 had said there, these are some excuse me, some good games. Another win is black there for Neutralizerr. Yeah, and we'll see who strikes first here in this position. Yeah, 93. Good move. He attacked the bishop. Black has to recapture with this pawn, leaving this pawn hanging. Now you got 3 attackers all on that pawn right there. So good move from white. And I mean, the other thing too is g4 right now. Although, b4 might not be that good, and then you're just kind of giving up his bishop, taking the other bishop, and then allowing the knight to attack. Yeah. So, how's white? Yeah. g6, yeah, defending. I wonder if white just sacks this bishop here and then plays pawn g4 maybe. No, bishop d4, still stacking up here. All right. I'm going to have a big trade here soon, I think. Or not. Just plays just plays e4. Sure enough. Wonder if f5's a move. f5 takes. And then that's going to leave e4 hanging. Yeah, quite a lot of contention right now for f5. Excuse me, f5. All right, big exchange of pieces now. Then white also opening up a queen trade. So black's got to be careful here. Because this bishop is hanging right now. I mean, you got these pieces all defending f5 right now, with the bishop on e7 just hanging. Excuse me. Interesting. Bishops here, f5 or h5? Or go for the recapture? I think the safer play is probably just recapture this knight. Yeah, get it out of there. And then maybe even playing Yeah, knight f4, h4, knight h4, h4 f4, knight at h4 f4. Excuse me. Yeah, as I said earlier, I'm a little bit sick. At g3, at g3, at g3. Bishop. Yeah, I thought there was going to be a bishop on one of these squares here. Yeah. But still, you've opened up this file now for white. You've opened up the file. Yeah, f3. I think white has to capture with the bishop and with the rook. You take with the pawn here on e2. You're leaving knight g2. Knight g2, and then depending on which way black goes with the king, you also got knight g3, or e2 rather, not g2. So, how's white defend this? Or does he just ignore it? h4, okay. h4. Yeah, we are getting sharp here. Excuse me. So imagine pawn f5, h5. Yeah, pawn h5. White just, or sorry, black just ignores. Can't. Let's see. No, pins it down. Okay. Pins it down. Threatens a mate in one. Can black do anything right here now? Can black do anything? Yeah, can black do anything? I feel like there's multiple. Oh, that's just mate there, isn't it? Very nice. Well played by Neutralizerr. Neutralizerr off 5-3 now. Yeah, very nice play for Neutralizerr. He's playing actually quite well. I mean, Jeffrey was certainly the favorite coming into this, I think, but at the same time, Neutralizer's playing some fantastic Crazyhouse. Yeah, I feel like black's in a little bit of trouble here. So pawn g7, I mean, threatening mate in one from queen h8. You're also threatening f8. Black can only play g6. Now, I wonder if there's some knight trickery or there's some trick to this if white has to play h7. Yeah, that was a quick game. Wow. Yeah, cheeky little move there from Jeff. So we're into our final game, 5-4 for Neutralizerr. Really good series. Really good series so far. E4 is pawn e4. Something to do. Rook b1. Interesting. I guess preemptively just getting the rook over just in case black takes the knight. Opens that up. And then we got... Yeah. That was a little bit odd. Excuse me. Yeah, how does... Yeah, bishop e5, I was looking at that. Bishop e5, attacking g7 and d4. Because that's e2 is always a bit of a weak point with the fianchetto. E2 or E7 if you're black. So I imagine... Yeah, I have a feeling white's just going to give up the queen. Give up the queen, get this knight out of here, recapture with the pawn, open up e2, and then maybe play h6 or something. Alright, yeah, gives up the queen. There it is. Gives up the queen and then just goes for g7, yeah. I don't think... You got this bishop down here as well. So you got that bishop. I was going to say he's one knight short, but with this bishop here, I think he's okay. And then this knight here is kind of blocking an escape route if need be. Over to e7. So... Yeah... E5, yeah, because if white doesn't want to really move this knight, white wants to keep... I was going to say white needs to keep e7 there, but... Yeah, black simply needs to take. Black just resigns. Okay. Was there a checkmate there? Not a checkmate, but I mean far enough ahead that... Yeah, just far enough ahead that white was going to win anyways down the line. All right, 6-4 neutralize.